everyone, this is a random world, and I have done this 4 other times because I accidentally pressed the off button for recording. So this is gonna be my last attempt. Anyways, Izuku can use all these kinetic abilities to their max potential. To their max, and able to fluctuate them from weakest thing ever to max best thing that you can use them for. At least whatever I can think of for him. In any case, he gets these 4 things: hydrokinesis, telekinesis, pyrokinesis, and geokinesis. Let me just show you what they can do. Is it geokinesis? Geokinesis. Bam. Yeah. Ability to create, shape, manipulate earth and elements, including most solid objects, specifically all minerals and mineral compositions, regardless of their state: mountain, boulder, sand, dust, dirt, soil, etc. More advanced users can manipulate metals such as iron, copper, titanium. Offensive uses of this power can be extracting huge boulders from the ground and hurling them at high speeds at enemies, impaling countless spikes from the earth. Defensive abilities, also creating golems, as well as making huge walls or barriers. Also, omnidirectional wave of rock/stone around the user to defend from all attacks, covering oneself with armor made from earth, and able to levitate the earth, or fly, and as well as skate on earth. Enhance senses from sensing the earth. Burrowing, swimming, causing avalanches, earthquakes, mudslides, a lot of things. Tons and tons. Also, ground liquidation. Ground liquidation. Only. So it literally just softens the earth to a point. Okay. Was that? Now, hydrokinesis. Wait, no. I already did hydrokinesis. Wait, no. I didn't. Shoot, that was earlier. Hydrokinesis, ability to control. User able to create, shape, and manipulate water and make gas, solid, and liquid form, including changing them from one state to another, and able to control water-related weather, such as blizzards and rainstorms. Some users are able to completely control the temperature of the water at will, which will also be controlled by the fact it has ability to pyrokinesis. Let me just the ability to create, shape, control, generate, and manipulate every form of fire. here. Burn slash melt things, fire immunity, fire generation, fire negation, heat manipulation. All things heat and fire related. So let us just continue, because I do not want to control things. I do not want this to go on for longer than it needs to. Let us begin. Anyways, these are the basic things that... Wait, what is this? To access and manipulate the internet, such as access its protocols, its structures, blah, blah, blah. Oh my goodness, that's... Oh no! Now then, let us actually begin for real this time. Izuku at home, after hearing that he is quirkless, is so sad. His mom comes over and says, "I still believe you can become a hero." Izuku starts to cry even more, but not because he's sad. It's because he's happy that at least one person still believes in him, and decides to still believes that he has the potential to be a hero, and continues to try to use a quirk, anything at all, still. And soon he figures out that he's able to, sort of generate materials. He's able to generate, normal soil and hard rocks that he's seen, as well as moves them around and just make them into different shapes. He doesn't really understand it, he finds out that he's able to do this with two other things. Oh right, I forgot telekinesis. Telekinesis. Ability to manipulate other ways, interact with matter, or any other kind aspect of physical system through mind or non-physical means. Commonly, it's a fundamental trait to move or control things, or to generate and apply physical force, distance, or without physical contact. That one is just really OP, because it's just manipulating whatever matter it is. I guess don't know really what to do, but I'm just gonna make it so he's able to apply pressure, and as well as able to move it around at high speeds, as well as for everything else, sort of. Okay, now then, Izuku also finds he's able to generate fire but not able to generate anything else other than those three things. After weeks and months of practice and being yelled for being quirkless, and Bakugo getting tons and tons of praise, Izuku finally finds the bravery stand up and the courage to stand up to Bakugo and make it so he stops bullying everyone. Izuku, who generates flames in his hands and starts to move, and then shoots it at Bakugo. Bakugo doesn't see this, but since it's one of the other people at the playground, Shoto escaping the house for a bit, finding that he's able to finally actually able to get out of the house. Bakugo sees him and assumes that Shoto who shot him, because he sees the hair and assumes, red means fire. And assumes that, and yells at Shoto, hey, why did you shoot me? Throwing an explosion at Shoto. But Shoto just moves away and just shoots ice at him. Oh, so you got fire and ice. Nah. Well, this is gonna be interesting. Why the heck did you shoot me with fire earlier? But, Shoto just wondering, what is this person talking about? I haven't done anything. Shoto just generates its ice on the floor and then moves the ice slowly to the right, making it so Bakugo can't jump up to him or just reach him. And then Izuku just moves the ice. Whoa. Shoto starts to lose his balance a little, but is able to stand for a bit. Then starts to move all the way over to Bakugo. Then slowly starts to float over Bakugo. Bakugo screaming, "What are you doing? Stop! You're gonna squish me!" Izuku slowly squishing Bakugo. Then Izuku coming over to say, "Hello there, Bakugo. Nice to see that you're on the floor now. Now then, let me continue what I did." Bakugo stuck on the floor, just not able to move because of the thing, and can't really do the explosions because he can't move his arms because the explosion, his hands are literally right next to are literally just only next to, like, they're covering his entire arms and only able to move his wrists pretty much. And because of the ice, he can't generate enough sweat. So Izuku just starts to burn Bakugo, saying, "Bakugo now then, Bakugo, will you now promise me that you shall now never ever attack anyone or bully them just because they're quirkless, or because you think that they're inferior to you because of their quirk. Bakugo says, "What? How? How do you have a quirk? You were quirkless. You are a dumb nerd. How? Why do you have this much power?" Bakugo and Izuku just respond with, "I have just brought up enough courage to face you. Now then, promise me before I burn you a little too much on the face." And Bakugo says, "Just wait until I get you," and then Izuku starts to move his hand over Bakugo's face. Bakugo starting to feel intense heat. And Bakugo is starting to realize, no. I need to apologize, but wait, no, I can't apologize. He is weaker than me. I can get out of here. Trying to move his arms. Bakugo is doing no damage to the ice and can't move, but is struggling. And Izuku says, "Huh? Why aren't you doing anything? This is way easier than I expected. I saw thanks to this person over here, I actually have a way to restrain you. And I don't have to just keep you inside of a water bubble like I planned." Huh. Maybe I should have counted Shoto just seeing this and is very weirded out by this situation, thinking that this is a whole big misunderstanding, but doesn't want to get yelled at or get captured or face what is going on, because that he decides to do nothing. But as soon as he sees that there is heat, Izuku is starting to freeze. He's back at his feet. And Izuku notices this, but decides to just turn it into normal water and start to heat it up. And Shoto continues to produce ice, trying to help because he knows the pain of getting burned. And Bakugo is happy that someone is actually helping him, but is really annoyed but that it's the person who literally trapped him under the ice. Izuku continues to burn Bakugo and saying, "Come on, Bakugo, this can end real quick if you just apologize and promise to never do any bullying again." Bakugo finally giving in, saying, Fine. I give up. I promise I shall never bully anyone again." But Izuku just melts the ice and just makes her go all the way over. Him. Bakugo. Makes all the water fall to Bakugo. And makes sure to keep it cold. So Izuku just walks away after that and is happy that He got something. Omnikinesis. Finally. Ability to manipulate everything. Have every single kinesis, and have everything. So this is literally all kinetic abilities, all manipulation powers, all kinetic powers, reality manipulation. Amazing. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that I actually found the definition of it. Anyways, Bakugo is just looking at Izuku, who pissed, and just says, I'll get my revenge someday. Izuku just firing a shot at Bakugo, hitting him on the cheek, and then saying, if you ever make it, as long as this stays here, I shall not attack you. But if you start to bully, I won't hesitate to attack. And Izuku fell to the ground after Bakugo left. He was exhausted, using all of his courage to stand up to Bakugo, and was surprised at how easy it was. Then Shoto came over and said, "Why did you try and burn him?" Izuku said, "Childhood bully. Don't say anything. He's been in my bully since a few months ago. Ever since I was declared quirkless, even though that's not the case." And Izuku was just really tired, and then started to just walk home after a few minutes. And Izuku, who went back to being the shy person that he normally... confident. Gain enough confidence and courage. No, sorry, forgot confidence. Anyways, Izuku used all of that day and went back to being the shy cinnamon rolls that we always know. But it's still sort of confident in his abilities, because he was able to take down the school bully, make sure that he took damage. But then Izuku decided, why don't I try and do more? Izuku decided to research on his abilities and everything that he could on the computer. He still didn't know what to do, but he decided fire, water, and earth control, and telekinesis, I think. He searched all of those up, searched all of those up on Google, because for some reason they have YouTube on there. So, I don't know. Izuku just continues to search, and then he found kinesis list of kinetic powers. But no! He finds this list. Izuku finds the highlights and decides to just, why not? Because it's one of the list. It's like one of the listings of what he searched up. So he decides to search it up and finds that this has tons and tons of abilities, and decides to see if he's able to do any of them. Him and his mom just solves them down and they go up to the first one and decide to see if he's able to do it. He decides to see if he's able to make a gravitational field or a field of light, force field of light, which just burns things. And then decides to make gravitational field around it, but that field doesn't even do anything. So he decides to make it zero gravity field, which he thinks should do something. Makes the field and it works. He enters inside of it and he can't breathe. He can't breathe and is just sort of floating inside of there. His mom grabs him out of there. And he actually gets ability to breathe, and as soon as he does it, he makes a head thing for himself to do it, and then just generates some more things and decides to go to the next one to see if this truly has all of his capabilities. He finds what it is, the ability to control laziness, and decides to see on his mom if this will work. He says to his mom, are you gonna go and continue with me to do this? He makes it so makes it so that it's a scale. He thinks of it as a scale, and then slowly takes the things off of productiveness or wanting to do this off of there, slowly taking off the weight. And Inko said, nah, let's continue this in a few hours, I guess. And then Izuku adds everything back on. Now, Mom? And that's slowly more and more. And Inko is slowly getting more and more energetic about this. Let's do this, Izuku. Ooh, in a determined voice and productiveness. Inko, who says, so was that the thing? Your quirk? One of the abilities on there? Izuku says, yes, I think this is slash manipulation. The ability to control laziness, increasing or lowering. So he thinks that this should actually be a pretty useless but maybe effective power. He doesn't really know, but he decided it should be enough for now. But after he sees the ability to manipulate sharpness of things, he tries it. He sees that user can control sharpness in any object they touch, imbuing or taking the quality of sharpness. Sharp edges cut better on non-edged surfaces like hands can be imbued to cut nearly anything. After seeing that, he decides to make his hand as sharp as possible and then slam it into the floor. But his mom says no, trying to stop him, but you see that he cut through the floor. And it was a clean cut, nothing. No other damage other than the hole in the floor. Just that he made, like, the perfect thing of his hand. Which was amazing. But it seems it was too effective because it did, like, a perfect thing of, like, just dragging even his fingerprints into the thing. Which seems little too crazy. Which Izuku says, I think this is enough for today. And I also agree with that, because that's all for this video. And I'll see you next time. And like, subscribe, and bye-bye.